Hello everyone, this is Murmur. Today's lore video episode is going to be about another franchise, one that I have not covered in previous episodes, and it's going to be part of a larger series of videos in which I talk about various alien species. So I hope you guys will enjoy it and that you guys will enjoy any future episodes on the topic. First aired on September 17 of the year 1984, the Transformers series has received a lot of updates throughout the years. A series aimed at selling toys. First, the designs of the Transformers for the most part were first originated as toys, and then adapted to the live screen through acquiring the designs of some Japanese companies or even designing their own. Hasbro thought that it would be a genius idea to make all of the transforming toy designs into a unified series with its own lore on the title screen. However, we are here to analyze what chances would you, a normal human being, have on dating one of these amazing techno-organic beings. To ease the creation of this video, however, I will be taking elements from various incarnations of these species, judging them from monthly on the basis of how consistent they are in their appearances throughout the Transformers series. So starting out with their history, originating from the timeless war between Primus and Unicron, two gods representing good and evil respectively, the Transformers were created by Primus in an effort to create soldiers which would aid him in the fights against Unicron. The original 13 Transformers were unique in their own regard, as each had their very own unique genetic code, which allowed them to do a different thing, separating from each other. However, the 13th Transformer sacrificed himself to force a machine which would take the combined genetic makeup of the other 12 Primus and create the race which is known as the Cybertronians or Transformers. After the birth of the Transformers race with the Well of All Sparks, which was the result of the original 13 Primes, civilization could begin. However, the Quintessons, a race created by one of the original Primes, found Cybertron and enslaved parts of their population. This society established by the Quintessons became a caste system in which the alternate form of the Transformers dedicated their role in the society, something which quickly escalated into a worldwide conflict in which the Transformers fought each other for control of the planet along with the Quintessons. This is where Sentinel Prime, leader of what would become the first Autobots, took control of the planet. However, this only led to more problems as the caste system quickly came back, now only with Sentinel Prime at the top, something which Megatron took advantage of to make the Decepticons, a movement inspired by the Fallen, one of the original 13 Primes. This however turned into a catastrophe as Megatron quickly became evil throughout his victories, something which made Optimus turn to the opposite side and join the Autobots, leading to Sentinel's death in which Optimus became leader of the movement. Now, Cybertronian culture is generally regarded as similar to that of humans in terms of love for arts, music, and other such commodities, with even theaters along with racing events and much more. They however tend to be pretty violent, as there were gladiatorial events in which the caste system came into play. Cybertronians, however, despite being war machines, are capable of love, and are very much sapient as shown by various movies or tie-ins. Of course, a species made by humans exhibits such human behaviors in their pages. The culture much more often about relations despite their rarity has led to several relations between not only male and female Transformers but also gay and lesbian relations, as they do not seem to care about gender for any part. However, Transformers don't even seem to care about species either, as shown by Seaspray falling in love with Alana, a Tlalocan girl, in their own dedicated episode. Seaspray and Alana discover that their different bodies do not matter to them, as long as they love each other just as much. Another such interspecies romance was formed between Astonia Carlton Reeds and Powerglide, who fell in love after Powerglide saved her from the Decepticons. You'd think human romance with Transformers would be rare. However, in the original Marvel run, Skid and a human named Charlene were almost a couple. However, circumstances brought them down. Another example is when Dinobot Sludge fell terribly in love with Joey Meadows, a reporter. There have also been a few minor plots in which some Transformers mistakenly confuse some normal cars for Transformers and fall in love with them. Most recently, however, Braun fell in love with G.I. Joe's CoverGirl, even to the point in which they got married and had a child. Now that I brought this up, you might be wondering, what about Transformers bodies and how do they work? Curiously, we have gotten a few instances in which it has been hinted at that Transformers might have more than meets the eye, as RC has been depicted as transgender, actually going through gender reassignment. This, however, falls in line with other depictions of Transformers, in which they are shown as being techno-organic creatures, with such organs as a T-cog, brains and other organs, not to mention the fact that they mention genetic material and the fact that energon flows through their blood. This leads me to believe that while capable of reproducing through the well of all sparks, Transformers also have the capability of reproducing sexually, as after all they are techno-organic beings, not just techno. Combined with the fact that Transformers have some degree of compatibility with other species, makes me believe that it is highly likely that the Transformers are at a degree compatible with humans. I'd like to point out that all species in Cybertron are Cybertronians, based on animals or human, because of the fact that the original 13 primes were created by Primus and given some artifacts which were derived from his powers. Onyx Prime had gotten the triptych MISC, which can look into time and space and into the hearts of any life form, and it is this ability that derived many of the Transformers' beast mode forms, and even some of the looks of the Transformers. Now, you might be wondering about races. Well, along with combiners, there are other sub-races of subspecies of Transformers, such as Minicons, Terrorcons, Microcons, Insecticons, Predacons, Headmasters, Titanmasters, Titans, Seacons, Power Masters, and even more variants throughout the years, which are mostly confirmed to be descended from the original 13 primes as such. There is, however, an interesting detail with Headmasters. Through the creative minds of some writers, it has been shown that Headmasters cannot only be Transformers, but also humans and aliens bonding with Transformers to a degree, which is a concept that hasn't been explored much recently. There could be multiple explanations as to how Transformers can have children with humans, because, well, they are techno-organic after all. Not only have we seen that Transformers' bodies can be altered with their own technology, but we have seen that the effectiveness at which they are able to do so is practically as if it had always been a part of their body. Combined with the simple fact that they appear to have technology well above ours, it would seem as if they can develop any sort of technology and tinker with DNA to be compatible with humans. Their appreciation for the human race, at least in the Autobot side. Along with this, we have seen that Primus itself can have the Transformers be way more biological than they would normally be, as shown in Beast Machines, not to mention that quite often Transformers can generate leather and other such materials for the interior of the cars, which would normally be considered purely biological. Another thing I'd like to consider is that quite a few pieces of technology and something more mystical in the Transformers lore have shown that Transformers either have souls, can operate things that are only able to be operated by organic beings, and can adapt to be more organic than usual. Now, other interesting features are that sometimes Transformers seem to have human-like processes. For example, as shown in the papers, that they can pee, and in other instances in other universe, they have had sweat, defecation, the ability to eat, cry, spit, breathe, cough, and so on. This is in line with the fact that they are techno-organic, as I have mentioned several times throughout the video. However, the fact that quite a lot of continuities have suggested that Transformers might partake in recreational sex, and well, the fact that they can introduce new body parts in several continuities, along with the fact that RC has been depicted as a transgender character, suggests that indeed Cybertronians can have in most continuities sexual reproduction systems or introduce them if so desired. Now to conclude, I have decided to make my own scale, which is used to qualify how likely you are to have a relation with any member of any alien species or fictional species, and even considers if you can have sexual relations with them and have a child. I call it the Mariah scale, which uses mathematics based on a range of factors to determine a total score to tell you how high a species is ranked. Their xeno-compatibility is a 100% due to their advances in technology and other factors shown throughout the series. The probability of one dating you, however, is about 10%, due to half of them being Decepticons, which seem to be more concerned with enslaving humanity, and the rarity of relations even between Cybertronians. The comfort of a physical relation with them is about 5%. For the most part, Transformers vary greatly in size, and a small percentage of the population would actually be a comfortable size range for a human. Despite this, however, they have the texture and feel of metal, which just isn't very comfortable to hug or even have sex with. Their cultural compatibility is about 30%. As shown before, their culture is incredibly similar to humans, and only half of them actually hate us, while a small few of the Autobots seem to consider us annoying. Emotional comfort ranks them at a score of about 15%, as most of the Transformers seem to care less about relations and more about combat in general. And finally, their survivability on Earth is about 90%, as of course they are consistently shown as being able to live on planets like Earth, with only minor aging processes like rusting happening due to the natural oxygen concentrations of Earth. Their ability to show love and emotion, however, ends up ranking the Cybertronians at a score of 40, as while they are quite capable of love, their eyes are mostly set on wars, fights for sapient rights, or other such endeavors. The total score I give them is an incredible 5.71 out of 10 in the Mariah scale. A few factors like physical comfort lower the score, cultural compatibility, and the actual probability of one dating you. However, as I do not know yet how other species will rank in the future of the series, this might end up being one of the highest or a below average score. Well, this is it everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, that you will leave a like, subscribe and comment to the and well, I have a Patreon link down below if you enjoyed this video enough to at least support me. As I can't monetize yet, and some of the topics of the videos I will cover won't allow me to monetize. So I hope you guys enjoyed and that you will have a good night. Now, as you can tell, I went off script for this part as I feel it's more genuine.